Okay, so I wanted to come on here and talk about polarities, paradoxes, and just what they mean and how I utilize the definition of what they mean in order to manifest when it comes to creating my reality and just remaining cool despite whatever may be going on. And I kind of touched bases on this before, but now I want to start making more videos in regards to specific subjects so you can kind of tie them all together. So if you wanted to know more about paradoxes and polarities, this will be the video. Then I'll probably make another video about indifferences and not just indifferences, but neutrality, because I want a video about that on its own. These things I think need to stand alone so that they can be explained individually. Therefore, when I explain them all together, you can use the other videos to reference back to and actually make sense of it all, so it can all come full circle. At least that's what I'm hoping for. Okay. But yeah. So if I had to discuss polarities, paradoxes, it's pretty much where you have, and don't mind me, this is a lavender blend I just got off, so it's like a wind down for me. It's just lavender. Let's see what's the best way that I can explain polarity. So polarities is when you have two sides to things. There's duality in everything, right? There's feminine, there's masculine, there's positive, there's negative, there's truth, then there's why did I get stuck with that? I don't want to say the word lies, that's why, but that's what it is, truth and lies. Facts, true or false, I guess that's the difference with that. But my point about it and how you can utilize it for your benefit as far as creating is this. If you can be aware enough to know that for every truth is a half truth, and this may not be newbie friendly, but I'm just explaining it because it can be. You can make anything newbie friendly. This is not information that is too difficult for anybody to grasp. It just takes your willingness to want to understand, and then it also takes, I'm gonna always tell you, it also takes your imagination, because you can imagine on certain levels as far as how you choose to comprehend something. And like me, my imagination, I choose to imagine that I comprehend things wonderfully, that I understand them perfectly well, that I'm able to digest things just fine. These are my assumptions still coming from me, from myself, within my mind, therefore my imagination. All of this shit is your imagination. That's a whole nother video. I want that to be a very detailed video because it's all your imagination. And I say that because it is a thought and a perception that comes from in here, nowhere else. So however you see in life, whatever you viewing it as, whatever is being reflected back to you, is because how you perceive it. Your perception is thoughts, therefore your thoughts are, it's an imagination. It's an accumulation of inner dialogue up here. So I'm learning that I manifest things a lot faster and things come to me a lot easier, swifter, so smooth when I remain neutral. And this is the benefit of it. Let's say, I talked about this on my page too. That time when I lost my wallet, and I'm just referring back to that because you can actually see a video of me discussing that on my channel. I lost my wallet. Now, I could have chose to remain in a state or vibration, a state of being or a vibration where my thoughts about apparently losing my wallet would have remained negative. Or because I was aware and neutral enough, although upset, because I was upset, although aware enough, well, because I was aware enough, I was able to select the opposite instead. I need y'all to understand this because it's like I'm able to stay in that place also because of this. I meditate so frequently. Therefore, I'm still so frequently. I am purposely still so often that I know when certain thoughts are coming through. I'm the gatekeeper of my thoughts because I'm so still, and I've practiced this for so long now, and I'm so used to the stillness. Thoughts don't get by me without me being aware of them. I knew for a fact that I had no thoughts in regards to losing my wallet. Therefore, I quickly regained my awareness. Okay, you're upset about this, but think back. Did you think or practice any form of vibration that would indicate why this is happening right now? And when I got a no, because I'm so aware, I'm so present enough to know that nope, I had no negative thoughts, I had no fear about losing my wallet. And you may say, oh, but things happen. That's not my reality anymore. Things don't just happen to me. Things happen because you're not aware of how you're thinking. I'm so aware that I know that that thing just didn't match with how I've been thinking. I've been thinking too positive. I'm not perfect, but I've been validating positive over the negative. Rebuttaling when it's something that doesn't serve me, a thought that doesn't serve me, I rebuttal. Nope, all is well. Divinely protected, heavenly guided. You get what I'm saying? I'm so keen to that, to the point where it's a habit now. So when that happened, and I knew this is the paradox in the polarity. The wallet is lost. That's one side of the truth. The other side is the fact that it's not lost. It's not lost, it's somewhere. So we have lost and not lost, and then here I am in the middle of the two. I can remain here and lean on the side of it being lost, or I can choose to know that I know better. I haven't been thinking that. You see how I'm getting back over here where it's not lost. And that's what I chose. I literally said out loud to the universe, I said, I don't know who, and you can check the video. I said, I don't know whose reality you might have gotten me mixed up with, but my wallet is not lost. Absolutely not. And that calmed me down. It reassured me, and I was like, yep, you know what, I'm right. Because that's how deliberate I am when it comes to creating my reality. This is where I'm at. And sure enough, as soon as I calmed down and I said that out loud and I heard myself say it out loud, that's why sometimes you have to say things, you got to state them out. It's good to have an inner dialogue, of course, something you should keep with yourself, that's fine. But saying it out loud and hearing myself say that, it calmed me all the way down, allowed me to think, regroup, retract, and I found my wallet. That's how it works. Now, I say that to say this. If you can practice that with everything, meaning no matter what the circumstance may be. Let's say, for instance, I'm going to say something that I know don't happen here. You get a boot on your car. I've never seen it, so I'm in Florida, but you get a boot on your car, right? And you're presented with this boot on your car. Now, you know every day up until getting this boot on your car, you've been doing the work. You're keeping your mental diet up to par. You are remaining neutral within yourself. And when I say neutral, just calm. Feel that calm And meditation helps with this because it's not going to make a lot of sense now if you aren't a frequent meditator, unless you are just aware enough to know when you're feeling good at all times. I purposely feel good so that I can milk the feeling of feeling good, so that I can milk the level of comfort, that level of ease, that level of relaxation, that level of calm. That stillness, that peace. It's easy for me. And it's easy for all of us. Again, this takes practice, and we're talking 4 years, so it's an automatic thing for me now. You know that dominantly you feel this way more often than you are nervous, more often than you are upset, more often than you are, feeling negative in any type of way, more often than you are beating yourself up in your mindset. You're actually lifting yourself up instead. You're doing the opposite of all of those things dominantly. Then you have to show up before the universe despite whatever the circumstance is, and through your awareness and your choice of emotional response, we'll say, how are you going to choose to respond to this boot being on your car? Are you going to be your old self who will say, God damn it, this shit, you know what I mean, and go off? Now, don't get me wrong, I go off still. I am not perfect. This is not what I'm telling you to do. But one thing I will say is, if I ever slip, I'm not mad at myself for slipping. Oh well. I'm not holding no grudges, or I'm not feeling guilty because I wasn't able to keep my cool. I charge it to the game and I keep it moving. It doesn't hinder not a single manifestation of mine. It doesn't slow me up, not one bit. You know what slows you up? Saying, dang, I messed up. Dang, I shouldn't have responded like that. That guilt, that feeling guilty, you know that's a whole nother video in itself as well. You have to know that dominantly your intents are always going to be well. So don't beat yourself up. But back to what I'm saying. You're either going to present yourself to the universe as the same old person, or you're going to show the universe, nope, I no longer identify with that person who would normally cuss this whole situation out right now. I am going to assume from this neutral space where I am, because I'm so aware of what's happening. I am an observer at this point. I am no longer a reactor. This is what I need you to understand. I am no longer a reactor. So rather it be negative or positive, I'm observing them both. I don't give them any title until I sit back here where I am and choose and decide, do I want to go this way? Or do I want to lean more towards this? Or if I don't even know, I can just stay right here where I'm at, in between, neutral, and let them play out on their own, knowing and trusting the fact that it got to go in my favor. Because I ain't been thinking nothing wrong. I haven't been beating myself up. I haven't been practicing no negative vibration. This is what I know, so therefore it has to come out on this side. Yeah, it looks like this, a negative, but I know what I've been doing. I know I've been staying centered. I know I've been keeping my peace. So it got to come out like this. And because I know that, and I'm able to stay here, it gives me the power to assign what I'm feeling. It gives me the power to choose negative or positive. You're that powerful. And it just takes practice and your willingness to assume it, therefore believe it, therefore know it, therefore witness it happen for you, the result happen for you. If you can stay in that center, this boot being on your car, it happened because the officer, let's say, let me see what I can make up. This boot happened because had it not happened, you would have been on time for an appointment. Now, because you got the boot, you got to take the bus instead. You leave your car, you take the bus, and you go to your appointment instead. Now that you're late, that asshole that you were about to run into, who would have really knocked you down into lower vibrational energy, is not there because they could no longer wait on you. So they left. They went to lunch. You're going to have to now interview or go to your appointment with somebody who's a lot nicer, and not a lot friendlier. You end up enjoying your appointment or whatever with that person now. Yes, this is how it works. You think what looks like, something that may not be in your favor is not for you. But if you choose to remain cool, knowing who you are, knowing your power, knowing what you practice, knowing what you reiterate day in and day out every single day, the universe has no choice but to respect it and reflect it. It has to give you back what you just gave it. Damn. She didn't cut up about that, so I gotta give her this. She didn't fall for the okie doke with the boot on the car. She knew that I actually had her back. Let me give her more stuff. And guess what? Eventually you do it so well that the boot never happens in the first place. Now you're living in what I like to call heaven on earth. Now the good shit just happened because it just happens. See, those boots and things that's happening to you, those are little things that still show up because that old energy is still present, so the momentum is slowing down. So you may get a little sprinkle or residue from that leftover old you energy. So yeah, things still show up, but you gotta stay persistent and keep showing it that, nope, I am no longer that person. You have to give me stuff that matches this person who I am instead. I will not accept that anymore. It's okay. I got a boot on my car, that's fine. Bus is coming, I'm finna just get on there. It's for my benefit. I'm sure it'll work itself out. I'm sure it'll reveal to me how it was, really intended. Cool. No worries. You gotta be aware enough, smart enough, and know that you can't let your circumstance defeat you. Because if you do, you're showing the universe that you're the same. You ain't changed. You the same, you finna get the same old stuff. Now you finna get a boot again tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just an example, yeah, but that goes with everything that you think is negative in your life. Stop showing the universe that stuff has so much control over you. And the only reason it does is because you keep attracting it to yourself. You don't want it anymore. Show the circumstance that, no, I'm not accepting this. And the only way to do that, you don't say you're not accepting it with more anger. That's just putting gas on the fire. You got to show it that you've changed. I'm the water now. I'm finna put this out. I'm cooling now. This ain't me no more. I'm no longer accepting this type of stuff anymore. I would much rather, you give me the things that match this person instead, the person who is practicing stillness, comfort, calm, ease, happiness, peaceful. I attract those type of things now. I'm no longer getting the boots because I have showed up every single time. Boot after boot after boot. I said, nope. And it's hard. It's not easy. And I don't want to say that because everybody is different, so don't mind me. But it was hard for me, I'll say. It's challenging, but that's the work to do. So that's the difference with polarities. There's two sides to everything. This can be happening for you in a negative way, or it can be happening for you in a positive way. And that will always be a truth no matter what the circumstance, because for every circumstance, you deem the circumstance as fact, right? Polarity and paradoxes mean for every truth, there is a half-truth. I learned that from Bashar, Bashar. And it's the best thing that I could have ever truly comprehended, because it makes life a lot easier. It makes it peaceful. It allows you, again, to be the observer and not the reactor. And you're able to fully digest what's happening to you, why it's happening to you. I'm at the point where I even reverse engineer. When something happens or presents itself in my reality, I can't blame nobody else but myself, especially when I know this is from the conversation that I had with my brother about such. That's the example. This was from the conversation or the thoughts that I had yesterday or last week. That's why this happened. No wonder. Ain't nobody to be mad at but you when you start to do it that type of way. It takes practice. This comes with consistent stillness through meditation and consistent that crave, that desire I have within me to comprehend and understand just for the sake of wanting to, just because I'm addicted to understanding. And I know I can't understand everything, but learning is infinite, luckily for me. And I choose what I'm willing to digest and what I'm willing to consume. And it's this type of conversations, these type of dialogues, these type of topics that I'm into the most. And I gotta get them out more. I gotta be able to express them. Sometimes I get stuck because I don't know it necessarily. It's so much info. I don't know necessarily what topics to present. So if people could like really give me topics, that would help. Like if you say, oh, well, do me a video on how to manifest, or what's the best way, or what do you do? Because I have so much insight on so many different points and topics. Sometimes I stay in a standstill, or I find myself not stuck, because I'm not stuck. I find myself not making any move because I have so many different ways that I can do it. That happens with me a lot, and I'm working on it. Again, like I said, I am not perfect. I just do know that I've found a sweeter way to live my life. And I feel like because that blessing has been bestowed upon me, that I should share it back so somebody else can gain it for themselves. And we live in a reality where now more than ever, people are awakened. Now more than ever in history or time, people in this day, time, in this world, in this reality, now more than ever, are more awakened than they've ever been. But yeah, those are polarities, those are paradoxes, and my book, how I view them, what I took from learning about them as far as making them beneficial to me and my life, and I just wanted to share them with you. So I think I'm probably gonna name this. That's another thing. I don't want to come up with title. I really want this to just flow. I'll make the video and then come up with the title. I think I'm gonna just name it something simple: Polarities and Paradoxes Explained. Boom, simple, and we'll go from there. But yeah, I just wanted to share that. I hope what I'm saying is being reciprocated, like you can comprehend, or just digest what I am trying to spit. But yeah, I gotta do this more, because y'all don't understand, like I have a fire within me just to express. I've learned so much. Somebody need to get this knowledge. It can't just be me. Like I feel like I would be doing a disadvantage of service, like if I didn't express myself to whomever. I don't care. Like I said, I don't care. I don't care if it's only one person that watched this. I don't care about that. It's not my point. If I can help that one person, if I can make what I'm saying or what I'm experiencing on a day-to-day basis, we talking synchronizations, like things that I have within myself. I have inner conversations with myself, and the world will show me it in my physical reality, letting me know that, yeah, we're aware of what you're thinking about. Absolutely. You was thinking about this last week, here you go. And it's like, I didn't tell anybody, so how? Explain to me how, especially in a world where I believe coincidences do not exist. There's magic out here, but it comes from you, and I just feel like I got this desire to teach people how they can dig that out and start witnessing and experiencing life the way that it is meant to be experienced. And the best part about it is we are, although coming from the same source, we still are individually different. So it's going to be a different experience for everyone. What you experience as far as what I'm teaching you is going to be completely different from what I experienced. But all of it is going to be good. All of it is going to be sweet because it's based on your perspective. It's based on your point of view versus my perspective and my point of view. And here's another secret, which will be another video. If you can perceive it, then it's true.